Radio 728. Thomas Del Beccaro is a fine Italian. And Thomas, welcome to the show. He's got this book, The Divided Era. This is a great book that you've got to check out right there, Georgie. Thank you. It's we're very proud. We like this book so much. We asked Thomas to come back, and we thank you for coming in live, my
good
brother.
Good to see you. How are you?
So where were you born now, man?
I was born in Glen Cove, North Point Hospital, and I lived in Huntington, and then I was extradited to California, and now I'm held hostage there.
I know, man. You were like in California, and you went to Italy. When were you just there?
I was just there 2 weeks ago.
What?
I went to my hometown.
What?
My family's hometown, Lucca. And Florence. I love Florence.
Firenze. Is it gorgeous like that?
That's my mother's maiden name, actually, Firenze.
Oh, that's a great maiden name. My goodness, you should put that. You should hyphenate it. Firenze Del Beccaro. Is that good?
Right. Is that long enough?
I like it. It's so great when you talk about Botticelli foods. I want to go. We're going to Italy October 19th. Thank you. And I know a lot of folks are going on this Perillo Piscopo tour where I can have a ball. I want to take a side trip over to the olive oil factory in Puglia with Botticelli. How great would that be? Come on now.
So you go there and you sit down and there's olive oil everywhere. I actually have a tablespoon of olive oil in the morning every day. It's so good for people.
And it's Botticelli. I know you said that off
camera. And plus my deals with the devil.
It's so funny. Do you do people?
Absolutely. It's so good for every aspect of your life. It's the best thing. That's why Italians look so good.
You are so funny, man. Thomas, so listen, we got a lot to talk about. Let's talk, if we can. We were just talking about, before going in, about Bill Barr. We were talking about Saturday Night Live, and I was on with Maria, and I'm scheduled to be on Laura tonight, because I always try to stick up for Saturday Night Live because that's my home, and I want to be respectful as any, you just want to be loyal. No one does that anymore. I'm going to be loyal. I'm going to be loyal to Saturday Night Live. But there was an opening sketch where, and of course, Alec Baldwin is going to play Donald Trump, and Mueller was played by De Niro, who did a great impression, whether you like Bobby De Niro or not. But then what didn't make sense in that sketch was they portrayed William Barr as trying to fake this whole Mueller probe, and that was a flawed theme, a flawed subject matter. And tell us what your thoughts are.
It goes past humor. And here's the thing about Bob Barr, okay? He's under a statute, and it requires him to do X, Y, and Z. And he's the top lawyer. If he doesn't follow the law, who does follow the law? So here's what they did smart. Bob Barr says, okay, you've given me 300-400 pages. We don't know yet, right? And so what he does is he tells Mueller, you stick around. You tell me, you were doing this for 2 years, what should be redacted, or at least help me do that. By doing that, he insulates himself from saying the Democrats are suddenly saying the Democrats don't care about sources and methods, right? And you got to do that thing. So one smart thing he did is keep him around. The other smart thing that Trump did was keep Rosenstein around to sign off on the no obstruction. You can't say Barr only was there for 2 weeks, although Jerry Nadler is, because Rosenstein was there for 2 years. So if he knows it, he was in charge of it. See, he knows it. And overall, I'm wondering whether Trump's strategy was to drive the Democrats into the arms of Mueller, because he knew nothing went on. And so there you got it. So, but they're going to keep going. You know when they're going to stop with all this investomania, as I call it? Yeah. Right? Shouldn't that be a WWF? Investomania?
I like it, yeah.
Is when independent polling shows the Democrats losing the House or losing these new House seats, 41 House seats. Yeah. That's when they're going to stop and realize, okay, we got to actually talk to voters.
Yeah, you think so? Just my polls alone. So give us your take on Joe Biden. 7:32 with Joe and Thomas Del Beccaro. What you just said, off camera, what were you talking about Joe Biden? I mean, he's a nice guy, glad-handed, good moderate Democrat. What's going on?
And he's always been that way. And this is the subject of my Fox News op-ed yesterday that did so well. Look, he is a nice guy. He's a nice candidate in waiting, but he's never been an actual good candidate. When he came in long ago, he got out because of plagiarism. He had to explain. He doesn't excite people when he's actually on the trail. Now, and then the second to last time he ran, he had to explain. Remember, the first thing he says is that this Obama kid, he's clean cut, He stumbles out of the gate. And then the other thing is, look, the Democrats aren't burning for someone like this. And I use burn. I predicted Fox News op-ed that Bernie would be the nominee for them. But Joe just doesn't excite people. And it seems that every time he gets to the starting gate, he falls out of the gate. And it happened again. You get all these news. And I don't actually think in his own mind, he's being inappropriate. with women, but in his own mind, but he's a little handsy and he's not Italian, so you can't get away with that.
It's true. It's great. I thought that same thing. Isn't it? Biden's a wasp name, pretty much, and I would think so. And wasps aren't that affectionate. So it was just something creepy about that.
Yeah, and he does it like all the time
to everybody.
Right?
Yeah.
When you're in the White House and someone's being introduced and everybody's on camera.
God Almighty, man! Does somebody talk to him? Why doesn't a handler? Saying somebody.
Did you say handler, Piscopo? Because he's already handling too much.
Maybe not right choice of words, man. Hey, you know what? I got to talk, Thomas. Tell me, we love Stephen Moore on this show. He is great. He's smart, and the president when the president said, "I'm going to put Stephen Moore on the Federal Reserve Board," I'm going, "This is great news." Then, of course, God forbid. Now they go after Stephen Moore is a great guy. What happened now?
Look, I've been friends with Stephen for a long time. I have a new Fox Business op-ed coming out today about confirmation from him. Look, he wants to break the swamp of the Fed board. The Fed board doesn't actually discuss topics, and they're using old methodologies. I don't want to get too economic on people, but they actually think if the economy is doing too well, they got to tamp it down. If people are getting too many jobs, they got to kill it off. But it's actually the opposite. If the jobs are coming from people investing and creating, then actually prices fall. Think consumer products. The Fed thinks, though, oh, we can't do that. But they're completely wrong historically on this. Here I am taking on the Fed governors. But Steve is a popular guy across the country. He's loved out in California. And we need to write people and say, look, let's get him in.
Yeah, Steve Moore. Well said. Well said. We're talking with Thomas G. What's the G stand for, Thomas?
Gerard.
Very good.
Gerard Francis.
Gerard. Oh,
hey, I was confirmed out in Huntington, Long Island.
I love it, Del Beccaro. The book is called The Divided Era. So I got to ask you one thing. You're from California, and when I was out there recently with my big boy Joe, he was so funny. You couldn't use straws. You can't use plastic bags. You can't do anything. And now New York's trying to play catch up with all these things.
Yeah.
So I mean, does that work? The no plastic bag situation.
Does it work? Well, look, all I know is in California, it's the perfect set of laws according to these legislators, but it's number one in poverty because they keep driving jobs out. And it's ridiculous.
Is it number one in poverty?
Number one in poverty in the country. It should be it's like the richest place on earth when you think of the coastline, you think of all the amenities, the minerals, the oil, everything's there. But they're strangleholding it. That's the kind of stuff that they do.
And Gavin Newsom here with the wall around his $4 million mansion.
And wants to be president. Yeah. Let me tell you something.
He is so going to be president, right?
Yeah. And so he actually wants the Democrats to lose this time around so that he can run. He wants to put in some sort of universal state health care. He already put in gay marriage. He wants to get rid of the death penalty. He's all ambition, and we'll see about the results.
We'll let you go, Thomas. But Eric Garcetti, I liked the mayor of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Always liked him. He always had the star swagger, but he's not going to surface.
No, he doesn't run this time. There's too many people out in front already. And look, Bernie's going to win it because Bernie, in a crowded field, Bernie has the most devoted supporters. Biden's going to fade. He's going to win Iowa. He's going to win New Hampshire. Then he's going to be the leader. And he's going to be the nominee, and then Howard gets in the race, and then Trump wins. Yeah,
look at this. This is we love this guy. You can love this book, The Divided Era. Thomas Del Beccaro, not just because he's Italian. I know what you're thinking. This is a knowledgeable young man. Thomas, great to have you here. Thanks for coming in live in the studio, man. And give us the plug for the Fox opinion.
So go to Fox Business Today on Stephen Moore, and if you go to Fox News Today, you can get my piece on why Joe Biden's going to fade.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate it. Jaden Horn's going to join us. Dove Hike.